So this is part 2 of how to do a whiteboard animation or a speed drawing. And the tools that I'm using my MacBook Pro and a video editing app called Final Cut Pro. Now there are other video editing apps out there that are free, like iMovie and Windows Movie Maker, and there's a really high-speed one called DaVinci Resolve, and it's totally free. So the things that I do with Final Cut Pro, I think you can do them with these other free apps. You just need to watch some tutorials on YouTube and it'll show you how to do that. I'm also using my iPhone with a recording app, and that's free as well. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take the video files that I made on my iPad and then airdrop to my MacBook. And I want to insert those into the timeline for Final Cut Pro. And you can see I've already done that. And I have 3 separate files that I made from our recording on the iPad, and now we're gonna cut out any unnecessary stuff that is in the video, like sound or the transitions where you see color or pencils being chosen. I'm just gonna cut those pieces out real quick in Final Cut Pro. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is clean up any audio. If you just did a video recording, there may not be any audio in the video clip. But for me, I have audio that I'm not going to use, so I left click on the video clip and then right click, and it brings up this menu and you can see Detach Audio. And I'm going to do this for all the clips that I have. Then I'm going to delete all the extra audio that I don't need or anything else associated with the video clips that I don't need. And then I'm going to resize the video clip so that I don't show the top of the iPad or whatever else gets in the way. And so I go up here and click on the resize to see my mat. I want to make sure that my frame is filling in the mat and I don't have any extra stuff in there. If you notice in this video that I'm making, you see black on the sides and a little bit on the top. That's because I didn't resize it the right way. And I did that intentionally just so I could show you what it looks like. Just kidding, that was a mistake. As I move the playhead back and forth, you see where the menus, the drop-down menus and the sidebar pop in when I change pans or colors. I want to cut all that out. So I move the playhead forward until I see that first drop-down, and then back up a few frames, and then using the blade or the cut tool, I chop that piece out and delete that piece of the video. Then I just do that for all the drop-down menus. Anything that I don't want in the final video, I'm cutting out of the video clip. So I'll go all the way through and cut that stuff out. Now that I know what my video is going to look like, it's time to make the voice recordings. Now the way that I do that is through my iPhone. I have an app called Voice Recorder, and you can see the icon here. You can go to the App Store and get that for free. And just make the recording, then airdrop it to your Mac or download it to your PC. Now the nice thing about this particular app is that you can email it to yourself, you can drop it in the Dropbox, Google Drive, or what I do is I just airdrop it right here, and that goes straight to my computer, and then I put it in the timeline. And then insert the recording into the timeline in Final Cut Pro or your video editor. And just do that for each section where you need a voiceover. Now this is where the magic happens. What we're going to do, if you notice that the voiceover is shorter than the animation clip, so what we need to do is speed up the animation to match the voiceover. So I go up here and click on this icon, and it's going to adjust the speed of the clip. Whatever app you're using, that's what you want to do. Adjust the length or duration of the clip. And I adjust it to match the voiceover, and I do this with each clip. And if you notice, now the animation is sped up and it matches the voiceover.
I have a friend, and he goes out and shares the gospel.
So now I do that with each section, making sure each clip matches the voiceover in speed and duration. Remember, sometimes you'll need to lengthen and sometimes you need to shorten the time to match the voiceover. So you can just experiment with this and get it to where you like it, and there's so much more that you can do, but that's enough for right now. And here's what it looks like when it's fully edited.
I have a friend, and he goes out and shares the gospel. He asked the question, do you love Jesus? Most people respond with, of course I do. So I had to help my friend learn how to be more effective in sharing the gospel.
All right, I hope that's helpful, and you can make some videos and make disciples until there's no place left.